see if I can do this again in a different fashion. Here, let's see, there's, I think, 7 cards in each pile. There's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's good. And 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Perfect. And 7 more cards. With them face down, this will be just a little bit more amazing. I think you'll agree with me in just a moment. If I could have you just reach over in any one of these piles, just cut the pile wherever you like and take a peek at the card on the face. Okay? Go ahead and do that if you would. Take great care not to let me see the card, of course. I promise not to peek. Now, take that pile of cards and drop it on either of the other piles, whichever pile you like. That one right there, excellent. And if you would, take either of these 2 piles, whichever one you like, and drop those cards on top of it. And go ahead and bury that card deep into that pack. So somewhere among all these cards is the card that you are now thinking of, the card that you cut and showed our viewing audience. Let's see, now if I remember correctly, I deal the cards into 3 rows, that's right, and then I ask you to look for your card and tell me which row it's in. I think that's how this goes. Now look across these rows if you would, and tell me which row do you see your card in. Oh, I apologize, I can't believe this. I dealt the cards face down. How stupid of me. That, we'll have to start all over again. I'm very sorry, ladies and gentlemen. However, wait a minute. You know, if I was a real magician, I could just tell you what your card is. I get the strongest impression you're thinking of the 9 of diamonds.
That's right.
How about that? I think it is real magic. Now this is the 21 card trick outdone. And let me show you this because this is terrific. It will truly fool everybody who sees it. You are going to proceed as though you are doing the 21 card trick, but you will take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 as before in one pile. In the second pile, 7 of course, and 7 more, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This mystery will really fool the person who thinks and of course knows the 21 card trick. You act as though you're trying to remember it. Here's what you do. After you've dealt these piles, you say, yes, let's see, I think it goes this way. In fact, if you would, just lift up on any one of these piles, you tell your spectator, any group of cards, and take a look at the card on the face and remember whatever it is. Okay? So now let's say the audience has reached over and picked up a pile of cards and remembers it. You, the magician, have not seen this card. Remember, they're looking at it. You now tell them to replace this pile of cards either on this pile or this pile. It doesn't matter which. They now drop those cards on there. You now ask your audience and tell them, would you now drop either these cards or those cards on top of there, burying it as well. It doesn't matter what they do. And if you would now bury it even further. Mathematically, by doing that, it makes their card exactly 14 from the top. If I count down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, there is their card, the 6 of spades. That happens automatically. So now you're going to proceed as though you're doing the 21 card trick. You still don't know what their card is as the performer. You say, that's right, let's see, I deal them into three rows of 7. That's right, 1. Now as I deal these out, I'm going to be counting them to myself, and I'm waiting until I get to that 14th card. That's 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. When I get to this point, remember you're counting to yourself, you're going to catch a glimpse of this card because that is their card. You pause quickly and you say, by the way, I'd like you to look across the piles and tell me when you see your card and tell me which row it's in if you would, okay? Now there will be a very pregnant pause at that moment because your audience is seeing all face down cards. You have caught a glimpse of it and you say, oh gosh, wait a minute, that's wrong. Here, let me just push all these together. I did it wrong. Let me start over. Now you're ready for the killer ending. You just look at your audience and say, you know, if I was a real magician, I could just tell you what card you selected. Now you stare them in the eyes and you divine the card. What was that? The 6 of spades. How about that? I guess I am a real magician.